Okay, from 7 furlongs, we'll go back down the straight here at Flemington now, and this is a juicy little race and many a chances. Arkansas Kid and Royal Insignia are the two that are clearly dominating turnover on Sportsbet books, but hold. So Arkansas Kid, 450, 370, 330, very popular, third up. You know he's a winner down the straight. Royal Insignia, he drops to 53 kilos, big pass mark first up, wrong side of the track, made ground on the inside, into 480. Now $8 into 650, Airman. He's trolled up a treat, and the market says he's ready to rock and roll with J-Mac in. 650 each, two now with Star Patrol, specking 750 to that 650. And then you've got Media World's not hopeless either. You're picking up what I'm putting down, $9. Good spread of money. Thank you, Sportsbet punters. Bit more to play out here in race 6. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the 1-800 number or visit the website.
Just a reminder too, punters, this is a World Pool race. So races 6, 7 and 8, which is the Bobbie Lewis, the Archer and also the Makybe Diva Stakes. The World Pool is in operation. Also, we've got the Irish Champion Stakes Day tonight. Racing.
This mounting yard is brought to you by World Pool. Available on races 6 to 8 today at Flemington.
First of our World Pool races on Crown Makybe Diva Stakes Day is the Hong Kong Jockey Club World Pool. Bobbie Lewis, Group 2 quality for the 4-year-olds and up. Horse 1 is Tuvalu. He's got some quality as a Group 1 winner. A winner of a Wongoom over 1200, remarkably at his 8th start at Flemington Hutch, his first look at the straight.
Gap between runs for him, so that's the little query, but he loves Flemington. 7 starts, 2 wins and 4 seconds, and the 1200 would be on the sharp side, but the class is going to take him a long way.
What a grand old horse he is, a $2 million earner. And look how well he's moving. He couldn't be moving any better. He's moving like a 2-year-old here.
Airman starts his spring here off a series of trials in Sydney. He was a winner here as a 3-year-old.
His win in the Premier going back a couple of preps was exceptional. His trials have been outstanding leading in, and if you think he's going to be somewhere near that level of form, then he certainly is capable.
Beautiful looking horse and looks pretty forward in condition. His coat couldn't be any healthier.
3 Stapati, another one we see for the first time this spring off Bendigo and Horsham trials. He was a winner here at his 2nd career start.
Yeah, I like him over this distance range. For me, this is where I want to see him. He hasn't won in over 700 days, but he's been competing at a very high level. He was placed in an Ore and, of course, in an Australia Stakes as well. So he's a talented horse, and no doubt he'll run his usual honest race.
Looks good, this horse. Has got a little bit of natural improvement to come as he gets deeper into his prep. His coat will just tidy up a little bit more, but he's in pretty good shape first up here.
For Arkansas Kid, looking to draw alongside Bonhoeffer and Zutori as a multiple winner of the Bobbie Lewis, and like them, he's up 3 kilos from last year.
And he beat a little horse called Skybird when he was on the way to victory in winning that race as well. So that form stacks up well. He's 3rd up, right stage of prep, proven down the straight. Track's playing well. He's the one to beat.
He looks fantastic. Couldn't look any better, this horse. Like the winkers going on. There's a lot of intent here. Star
Patrol collected the Bobbie Lewis and the Gilguy in the spring of 2023. We see him for the first time since Derby Day last year off a wind operation.
I'm keeping the faith because I know he's good enough, and I like this recent jump out. So if he's anywhere near his best, then I think he's more than capable. He's a very, very good straight track horse. Like I said, his work's been great.
He looks great too. He's a lot more forward than what I was expecting to see of him today. He's pretty fresh.
6, Give Me the Beat Boys, starts at 2nd Australian preparation for Michael Friedman. This weekend last year was tackling the Group 1 Flying 5 at the Curragh, the race that Asfour is set to tackle in the next couple of days.
Haven't quite seen enough out of him from the one preparation we've had. Let's hope he can improve.
Does come back gelded this time round. Geez, he's been busy whilst he's been in the yard. I don't have a profile on him, so he's a watch for me.
A switch of stakes, you'd imagine, in search of firmer ground for the 7 Corniche.
Pulled up a little slow to recover last start, but the first up run was sound in the July Sprint at Rosehill, but that's an easier contest than what he strikes today. Bit of money around, 13 into 11.
Very relaxed customer, this guy. Definitely got a fitness edge on some of these.
Started favourite in the Show County, a race that featured the winner, Lazura, who's a hot chance in the Group 2 Let's Elope later on. 8 Bandy's Boy, Dean Yendall riding in place of Craig Newitt, another via the Show County.
And a few in this race haven't won in a while. It's over 500 days for this guy. Look, his form, this preparation has been okay. He was in that Lazura race. He was well held there, but different conditions today.
Looks well. He's such a nice, big, strong type. He's a real ball of muscle. His coat couldn't be any better today.
Got to respect him off that runner-up effort in the Ori starter, King of Rousseau here, 2 back. 9 is in Shudo, who kicks off his spring campaign.
That he does. He's 6-time winner, but I prefer Nzudo over a little bit further. Fresh up, he usually runs well without winning.
That's the way that he's presented here too. He looks like he could run a cheeky race. He's in pretty good nick. He's one to watch going forward for me.
We saw 10 Media World here on Cup Day last year, running in the Amanda Elliott. He kicks off his time as a 4-year-old up the straight, winner of a Hawkesbury Guineas before a runner-up effort in the Group 3, Fred Best in Queensland.
Behind Spicy Martini, good run that. A horse that get out there, get rolling, and say catch me if you can. So I think that he's definitely a contender worth keeping safe.
He looks great, this horse. He's a real quality individual. He's just getting a little bit warm between his back legs. I'm not concerned. 11
Royal Insignia. Craig Williams aboard, as he was here in the CS Hayes, which was a bit of a forgive run given the soft track on that occasion. He resumed with a placing in the Regal Roller to Papa Ward and Arkansas Kid. 3 of his wins, all 3 of his wins. He's only had 8 career starts, for all come on good services. So totally agree, Nige. I think he's a very interesting runner. We've seen him perform at Flemington as well. So he's in the game, particularly in this distance range.
He looks awesome. He's such a good-looking stallion, this fellow. Don't worry about him getting all hot and sweaty. He does that all the time. It's very typical for him. I think he's tightened up nicely from Caulfield.
First run in 1974, a Group 2 since 2015, named after the 4-time Melbourne Cup winning jockey. Prior to Arkansas Kid in Star Patrol's triumphs, Baller and Splintex, but go further back. Chautauqua, Redkirk Warrior. It's been a pretty handy race and a pointer to even a VRC champion sprint in time. And Hutch, you think the last 2 winners are going to run the Quinella here?
Yeah, I'm keeping the faith with Star Patrol. I just like the jump out. I know he's good enough. I think he's certainly a talented horse on his day. And the straight tracks he's go, as we know, in these conditions are there to suit. But I can understand if you bet around him as well. And Arkansas Kid does deserve to be favourite. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Outside of that, well, I think, look, Airman's trialled well. The party, I like him at 1200, and there's a couple others with good chances, but I'm with Star Patrol.
Arkansas Kid from the yard for me. I didn't think that there was too much between Arkansas Kid and Royal Insignia. I've just gone Arkansas Kid just on top. I think 1200 metres up the straight, having fitness advantage on some of their rivals here. I think those 2 horses are going to be held in really good stead here. Of the horses that are first up today, I thought that Media World was a beautiful looking individual that was very forward.
Yeah, plenty of nice types rolling around in this race, and a horse that has just been, well, so consistent. Arkansas Kid, he has been remarkable, very gallant in defeat. Both starts his campaign. Regal Rolly went right back behind Papa Ward and loomed, and probably just peaked a little bit on his run late after settling well back. And of course, Tropicus ran very good time last start to hold him off, and then he was back in trip there. We know he's performed well in this race in the past, and he's got a couple of worthy adversaries, it has to be said. Star Patrol's certainly one of those, and let's hope he can bounce back. He's won 4 of his 6 races at this particular track. Well, he's a key runner in the race. Is Star Patrol, trained by Clint McDonald. Let's hear from him now.
Thanks for your time, Clinton. Star Patrol, how is he?
He's great. He's come back in great order. He obviously had a wind operation, and he's getting full intake now with his airway, and he's trolled up really well. His last trial, everyone saw it, and he was strong through the line. So I just feel we'll either be hero or zero today, but I'm leaning towards the first one in being a hero. So can't have him any better. He strips well, presented well in the yard, and he's ready to go.
Looked pretty up and about. He's feeling good within himself.
Yeah, he's like that. He's a menace at home, and he's a menace here. But when he's like that, that's when he's at his best.
Bit like his trainer, hey? Good luck.
That's what they say.
Okay, no licking of the lips there. Disappointed, Clint. Okay, here we go. Arkansas Kid's a good go late here, punters. So he's third up and he handles the straight. We've said all of that, and he's into 330. Good go. With that, just holding with Royal Insignia, the 53 kilos, nice and firm. Righto, Clint, have you had a bet? $7.50, $6.50, back out to $7 for Star Patrol. He's there to play, says his trainer. And Airman dropped into $6.50, back out to $7.52. Has had good support, and Media World some late support into $8. So it's an open race, and but clearly the best back for race 6 is number 4, Arkansas Kid.
Stapati locked and loaded to make his spring return in the Bobbie Lewis. His trainer Paul Pruska has been kind enough to join us pre-race. Paul, good to see you, and good to see Stapati back here at Flemington, where he's stepped out in such good fashion so many times. What made the Bobbie Lewis his spring starting point?
Yeah, good little kick-off for him. We had a look at him today. He's done a bit of work. He's still got a fair bit of improvement in him. Anyway, we'll get a look at him.
The management of him as his career's lengthening, changing between preps?
Yeah, certainly. This is the first time he's had a good spell, so he's quite a different horse this time. A bit bigger and a bit stronger. Anyway, we'll learn as we go, but what we do know is he'll keep together for a fair length of time, and it's a big, long prep for him.
Mark, and you discussed much in regards to strategy?
No, I left it to him. I'd like to see a few rumps, so looks like they'll go quick enough, and he'll get to find that. We've been riding him quiet in the trials, so hopefully that happens today.
Go get him.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's nice horse, and it probably hasn't got the wins alongside of his name that he could have, Stapati, but he's been nothing if not consistent. That is for sure throughout his career. He's always shown good potential and usually turns up.
He's a $1.5 million earner. That's not easy to do, is it? So it's proven over time that he's way better than average. We'd all just love to see him get back to his absolute best and reach his full potential, which we've always seen glimpses of.
That we have, and it's good to see Star Patrol back at the track from that perspective as well. Good chat with Clint as well, and interesting comments from him as well. It's sort of boom or bust. It's like, well, we feel like we've got him going well, but we'll have to wait and see.
We can never underestimate when these horses do have a wind operation, and if it's seemingly successful at home, you get horses that are still performing pretty well on half the oxygen that they can have. They come back better and stronger, have full capacity now. He could be one. We do know that he's well and truly good enough, and if he is at his absolute best now with that procedure, well, it could be a pretty, impressive performance here.
Nigel, I know you're a real student of history, and you like to touch on what's won these races in years gone by. I don't know if this year's quite as strong as other seasons. I mean, we had Skybird run around last year and others, but what's your take on the depth this year compared to others?
Well, the look is maybe down the bottom, Hutch, with those new season 4-year-olds, Media World and Royal Insignia, and whether they can make the progression off the back of a race like a Bobbie Lewis today. They've both shown little bits, and they've had a little bit of market support as well. As reference, this is the first of our World Pool races we've got to look forward to on Makybe Diva Stakes Day. Still the Lexus Archer, which will grant the winner a place in this year's Melbourne Cup, and of course our feature Group 1 Makybe Diva Stakes to come later on this afternoon. Yes, a field of 6, but what an intriguing contest it's going to be. Mr. Brightside trying to become the first 3-time winner of the race. Via Sistina, a beaten favourite in it last year, albeit in very, very different conditions to what we encounter this afternoon at Flemington. She is undefeated at Group 1 level since having won at the highest level on 7 occasions since. And she's got a good buddy with her, because Aliana has certainly put down a marker, not just through her deeds smashing them, to be frank, in an ATC derby, but it was an outstanding performance in her return running in the Winks.
It was. That whole 4-year-old crop, Amy, look unbelievable, don't they? I mean, talk about the Lady Shenandoahs, Autumn Glow. I mean, it's exciting. And, when you've got a top tier like that, it's that next tier that are also very good. They may have not looked exceptional at the time, but all of a sudden, it just looks like one of those generations that is out of the box.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, actually. It is a very exciting group of horses, isn't it?
And then, it's notwithstanding the chances of Tom Kitten, an All-Star Mile winner here, and Antino, who brings that residual fitness via the Queensland Winter, and a promising first-up effort in the Memsy as well. He's tackling the Makybe Diva for the 2nd straight year. We'll hand over to Matt Hill, the Hong Kong Jockey Club World Pool Bobbie Lewis at Group 2 level.
So I have to echo your thoughts there, Nigel. Interesting to see if there is a baton change here with Media World and Royal Insignia, who are into those open 4-year-old years now, up against horses such as Arkansas Kid, who won it last year, and Star Patrol, who won this race 2 years ago. So 3 or 4 to come along at the top of the famous straight 6 here. Tuvalu away from the other runners. Star Patrol, who got up to 7.5 on VOP, back into 7. Stapati on resumption. Mark Zara goes in. Star Patrol joining them, and Tuvalu will be the last. Tote favourite Arkansas Kid with the World Pool operating at $2.80. Tuvalu comes up And they're set for the Bobbie Lewis. Set to go, and they're racing. Royal Insignia from barrier number 3 away evenly. Corniche out past the middle, began fast with also Give Me the Beat Boys. Star Patrol isn't too far away. And over on the far side, Media World is showing lick also. Media World led Star Patrol, Corniche and Give Me the Beat Boys. Arkansas Kid behind those in the white cap. They were followed by Stav Party, and then came Airman wider with Bandy's Boy. Between horses in Shuto, well back Royal Insignia, Tuvalu last of the group. Star Patrol as they reach the 700 metres, and Media World. A length and a quarter, Give Me the Beat Boys, Corniche. And then came Arkansas Kid, Airman, Stav Party. Next in the field is Bandy's Boy, and then came Shuto. Royal Insignia is coiled up over on the inside, and Tuvalu is last at the 400. So it's Media World and Star Patrol in front by a length. Arkansas Kid, who's angling back to the inside. Further back, Give Me the Beat Boys, who battles on. And then came Airman the outside. It's Media World at the clock tower, joined by Arkansas Kid. Up on the inside, glides through, takes a length lead. Then came Star Patrol on the outside, but Arkansas Kid is going to hold on and win it again. Arkansas Kid from Star Patrol third. Royal Insignia, Prominent, Media World and Airman there also. Then came Give Me the Beat Boys to Party and Shuto, Corniche, Bandy's Boy and Tuvalu.
Arkansas Kid puts his name alongside Bonhoeffer and Zuturi as a multiple winner of the Bobbie Lewis. They went up 3 kilograms year on year. He had to carry 3.5 compared to what he did in 2024, but a similar scenario. He was very well backed across the World Pool and the VOP. And Hutch, as you predicted pre-race, the winners of the past two have run 1-2.
Yeah, they have, and deserved win there from Arkansas Kid. A gallant return from Star Patrol, who didn't lie down, and his last 50 was great after such a long absence off the track, so bodes well for his future. Still a photo up for third and fourth. We'll get those numbers as soon as we can, but well done to the Hayes boys. They've had a good day. Back-to-back wins. They'll be hoping that bodes well for Brightside in our feature a little later in the day, and a lovely ride there from Blake Shin on Arkansas Kid. Hard fit, ready to win. He's a good straight track performer, darted back through the inside. Blake Shin, let's hear from him now.
Yeah, we'll just let him settle. He's a fight-up athlete, and you were the last one off the bridle there. You must have been pretty confident throughout.
Yeah, I was. Charlotte, he gives you a lot of confidence travelling this horse. You know, he's run a lot of seconds, so it's just a matter of timing your run. We were fortunate today, barrier 2, the horses are coming down the rail side, so we got on the back of Media World, which, you know, I was confident was always going to drag me as far as I needed to go, and I said to the Hayes boys and the owners, we'll just count to 10, wait till the clock tower to push the button, and it was nice. The winkers were applied today, and look, it just might have given that little bit of extra spark to Savage the Line, and you know, big congratulations to the owners. They've been very patient, and you know, to get a winner on a big Group 1 day today for them, it's really special.
Another Group 2 in those wonderful colours, and he's just pulled up so well. The team do such a great job of managing these horses between runs.
Correct, yeah. Look, they're happy horses. Obviously, the farm at Euroa, the team here at Flemington and Pakenham, so they've got great systems in place, great team behind them. Shout out to the farrier, John Bunting. He's done a little bit of work with this horse, and you know, I think it could have made the difference today as well.
Go get him, well done.
Thank you.
JD Hayes joins us for the second time in the space of 40 minutes. Arkansas Kid returns now, the third horse to win multiple Bobbie Lewises. JD, congratulations. What was the evaluation in run and how you thought it was unfolding?
It was just a beautiful watch. We finally drew a barrier where we were able to position ourselves a bit closer. He's run terrific his last two. He's just had to get back from the bad draw, and today it was just a beautiful watch. He was really travelling well within the clock tower, it looked, and Blake had plenty of horse there and he was strong to the line. So that was a well overdue win for the ownership group. Been very patient. He's been an incredibly consistent horse, but a bit of a bridesmaid, so it was good to see him get the win.
Same result year on year, admittedly some slightly different circumstances. How would you go benchmarking where he is now to where he was 12 months ago?
Oh no, he's improved enormously. We thought that he'd come of age this preparation, and like I said, it just hadn't gone to plan the first 2 runs. But I think he's a horse that's never too far away. We've always thought that he could be a Group 1 quality, especially in the handicaps. And he proved that today. He was quite dominant and he's good down the straight.
Does he have another crack at a Gilgai, and then what, given we saw him go to Sydney and then hang on for the tail end of our spring?
It's a possibility. We might keep him here in Victoria. There's a Rupert Clark that we might consider backing up in. We've never backed him up before. He might be a terrific backup horse the way that he travels. Might get him to travel that ever so slightly kinder. But I think a little gear change today, the winkers helped. So just got him mind on the job and really put the race to bed, which was good.
Thanks, JD.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Jenny. What a thrilling win that was for this horse. He loves it here up the straight, doesn't he?
He really does, and the barrier didn't matter today, but he loves Flemington. He won this race last year, so we're happy to back up finally and get that win.
He's been an absolute beauty for Connections. He was passed in for $190,000, now takes earnings up to the $1.8 million mark.
He's brilliant. I mean, he was bred by Philippa Duncan. She remained in the ownership. I put the girls in, and they've had a thrill of a lifetime owning an English sort of pink ribbon horse, so we are very excited today.
There'll be plenty of champagne to drink with the girls in the bar. Enjoy this win, Jenny.
Thank you so much.
This
And just a reminder, this is another race where the World Pool is in operation. So for win, place, Quinella Duet and trifectas, all tote bets will be commingled with punters from right around the country, as will be the Group 1 Makybe Diva Stakes, which is race number 8.
This mounting yard is brought to you by World Pool. Available on races 6 to 8 today at Flemington.
First run in 1869, the Lexus Archer Stakes was moved from its traditional home on Derby Day to this meeting last year, providing Point King with guaranteed entry into the Lexus Melbourne Cup. He ran second in the Bart Cummings, didn't progress to the first Tuesday in November, but we've got several hopefuls engaged here for this Group 3 contest worth $300,000. Smoke and Romans, the 1 is a scratching. Horse 2 is Post-Impressionist. He was 6th in this contest 12 months ago.
That he was, and Will Stripfitter, of course, that first up run in the distance range as well. A bit of support around for him in the market on that occasion, and I'm expecting sharp improvement second up with J-Mac on board.
His coat's definitely brightened up between runs too, and his fitness has taken that natural step. He looks great.
We'll circle back to the 3 in Sadati and have a look at our race favourite. Horse 4, Revelare. It's seemingly been a long-range target to get him to the Lexus Melbourne Cup hutch, and Rob Hickmott has elected to try and use the Archer, maybe towards the Bart Cummings. There's 2 bites at that cherry.
Absolutely, and his third run of the preparation. The query is the trip, but we all think he'll get it. He's a winning machine, having won 7 out of 10 and 2 from 2 here at Flemington, and he's overcome some difficulty on several occasions. Never wins by a big margin, but he knows how to get his head in front. He's the one to beat.
By far the best he's looked all preparation. I found him on top last start. I thought he looked great, and he's taken that next step here. It's a perfect parade.
5 Antrim Coast was a non-factor behind Revelare a fortnight ago at Caulfield, but the Richards camp can take heart from what he produced here too back.
It was the only good run of the preparation, in fairness, and it was behind Sadati, so it was a very good run on that occasion, and a horse that still has to step up over this distance range, but if he does, he might bounce back.
Yeah, good consistent parade by him. He looks very similar to how I've seen him all prep. He's fitting well.
Regardless of when it's been held, no mare has won the Archer since Pindy back on Derby Day in 1994, but the 6 Jenny Vermoose is on very much an upward spiral for the Markham.
Yeah, I thought, she's just in a real purple patch of form. She's thriving at the moment. She's got a good turn of foot, which not all the runners in this contest have, and they'll be riding her patiently as they have done, and it's a step up. But she's really taken the step up with her last couple, so we still don't know where the ceiling is with Jenny Vermoose.
One thing with her, you don't have to worry about her running out the trip. You know that she's more than likely going to be figuring right in the finish. She's got race fitness on her side. Her coat's improved between runs.
7 more Mona, the winner of the Dean Lester Flemington Cup here in July, and was 6 weeks between runs when looming large behind Revelare back in trip.
It was a great run, wasn't it? 2 back and win, and then I thought the effort when on the back of a freshen effectively behind Revelare was also terrific. So, yeah, definitely a leading chance in the race, a good each-way price.
He looks great. He's moving particularly well. He's always got a great attitude. He ticks a lot of boxes here.
8 New Look having his third run in Australia for Bussett and Young. His last in Europe, and at 2,500 metres produced a listed win in France.
Yeah, the step up in trip's a real big positive for him, and just got a bit tight for him at Caulfield at that key stage when he was looking to build the revs. So he might be an improver on a bigger track here.
He's definitely hit his peak today in regards to his fitness. He's relaxing more and more with every run too. Looks great.
9 Tara Mansour getting out to something resembling his best trip.
Probably had excuses on the odd occasion, but he's a 9-year-old now. I think he needs a lot of others not to turn up to their best in order to be winning here.
It's been turned out well, this horse, but I'd agree with you, Hutchie. I think he needs to find a little bit against some of his rivals here.
Daniel Stackhouse, a half kilo over on the 10 Muktamil. Change of tactics notification to be more forward if permitted. He has had a busy winter. A lot of those runs very, very good. Third last Saturday in the listed City Tets Cup up at Randwick. Admittedly, he was 10 lengths off changing of the guard.
Fitness won't be an issue, that's for sure. He's been up forever and he's racing consistently. Loves his track. He's never missed the frame.
He's different every time you see him, this horse. He's either really quiet or really silly. We've got the quiet Muktamil today. 3 starts at the track and distance for a first, second and third. He'll be thereabouts.
11 Euphoric had a luck tester at the 2,500 and was a shade over a length off Jenny Vermoose.
Yeah, it wasn't a long way behind, but the concern that I have with Euphoric is just that beaten margin. Sorry, the amount of days since a win, I should say. It's creeping up to nearly 700, and there's patches of his form that read well, and you think today might be the day, and he will probably pop up sooner rather than later. At least you're getting $41 today.
He always looks good, this horse, but as Hutchie just touched on, nearly 690 odd days since he's won. The parade's identical to how I've seen him all prep.
12 Bird You Buy was the runner-up to Revelare here on Australian Guineas Day back in March over 2,000. Post that, third up as he is here, he won over 2,500 at the Valley.
Yeah, he's ready now. They've obviously targeted this race, and a lot of them want that golden ticket, so you know, he's here to play. Third run of the prep up in trip, and you had to love that last run at the Valley. It was a terrific effort.
He's a really lovely athletic horse. I've been looking forward to seeing him get up over this distance range today. They've got him primed for this. 13
Jabberwockies, he's fourth up and would have hoped for maybe a softer surface.
Yeah, I think that's a fair call as well. And look, it was a good run, third run of the preparation, hitting the line well, but this is a lot stronger than that.
He's such a lovely, kind horse, this. I say the same thing about him every time. The most beautiful nature. He's very honest. He'll try his best.
Horse 3, Sadati, the last one to look at. A winner here, 2 back, defeating Antrim Coast, as mentioned. Went down to the now injured stablemate, Relentless Voyager, at the Valley a month ago.
I think he's been looking for this trip, to be honest. He's deep into the prep, but he's racing well. We see so many from the Kirimar yard that sort of have this kind of campaign through the winter months into the spring, and you know, gee, looks like he's feeling pretty well too about the whole situation. I think the reason why a lot further is just a little one pace, but if he brings his usual form, he'll go very well.
He's definitely showing off here. He can do that. I've seen him do that before. He looks great. He looks very consistent with the way that he's been all prep.
Jamie Mallam won the race last year on Point King. The Mar Stable didn't get what they came for with Berkshire Breeze. Owners, trainers, everybody connected to these runners in the Lexus Archer Stakes, dreaming of booking their place back here for the great race, the Lexus Melbourne Cup, on the 4th of November. 6 minutes out from one of the key races on Makybe Diva Stakes Day, and Hutch, you're siding with Revelare.
I am. I've just had a lot of time for him, and I'm hoping that he can continue this rise through the grades. He looks at exciting local stayer. Jenny Vermoose, much the same applies. Mormona's in great form, and Bird to Buy. I would not be shocked if any one of that quartet managed to win here, Amy.
Yeah, I see them very similarly to you, Hutchie. I'm with Revelare on top. I've always loved this horse. He's just such a beautiful, athletic staying type. Really looking forward to seeing him get over this trip today. I do think he's made really significant improvement from when he won recently, so that can only be a positive sign. As for the rest, I think it's a pretty even sort of a contest. It's not going to be an easy task for any of them. Mormona looks great. Muktamil, you know he's going to be rock hard fit, and Bird Dubai is trending in the right direction.
And there is a look at Revelare on the way down to the start, looking the goods. And of course, Rob Hickmott was one of the trainers here today, honoured with a lifetime, of course, just lifetime membership, I think, to the VRC on the back of his deeds in the Melbourne Cup. Amy, as we head back to you with Rob.
Yeah, we do head to Rob. Rob, we were just chatting off camera. I think his coat looks great. You're still just being a little bit critical. He looks pretty good, mate.
Look, knowing the horse, he usually got dapples on dapples, but that's in an autumn preparation, probably a summer preparation as well, Aim. But we do live in Ballarat, and sunshine's a very sparse thing at the moment. And look, he's going to come on from this run, and he'll be cherry for the Bark Cummings. Hopefully, he's still good enough today.
How's his work been between runs?
Yeah, good. Look, you don't have to work the horse hard. You know, he comes on naturally with racing, and whatever he does on today, he's going to improve on. As I said, if he's good enough to win today, that'll be an extra bonus going forward. But yeah, just Deck can give him a nice little soft run in transit. It'll pay dividends and hopefully get the job done.
I'll cross my fingers for you. Good luck.
Good on you, Abe.
Okay, so Revelare got out to $3.30. Now he's back into $2.90, but there's a good spread of money right down the page here, and punters are taking on the favourite. Mormona, one of those, $9.50, $6.50, and number 3, Sayadati Sadati, $9.50, smashed into $6.50, sneaking back out to 8, but he'll tighten up the way our books are operating right now. So race 7, get your bets on. Revelare's the one to beat, and he's clear-cut favourite at $2.90. 7 and 3 have been the best back with Sportsbet punters late. What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the 1-800 number or visit the website.
Annabelle Archibald has been kind enough to join us ahead of the Lexus Archer Stakes. The Dean Lester Flemington Cup winner Mormona, hard to miss with yellow on top and grey underneath. How's he done since an outstanding performance at Caulfield a couple of weeks ago, Annabelle?
Yeah, come through that run really well. He probably ran a little bit more of a forward race than we were expecting. And yeah, he was caught a little bit wide through the trip, covered a bit of extra ground, and was probably best of them through the line. So up to this trip's going to help. He's proven over this trip and further. So with the good draw, that helps. But yeah, none of these races are easy. We're all trying to get that golden ticket. But yeah, the race looks like hopefully it should set up. He's come through last runs well. Like it doesn't take a lot of work, but he's come through it well. Galloped well on Tuesday, and we'll see how we go.
You mentioned the gate. What's Mick's ideal position leaving the straight the first time going to be?
It's all, I suppose, going to be tempo related. The good thing when you draw there is sort of you can tend to just ride them where they're happy, and if they're not going quick, he should hopefully be just behind the speed. And yeah, he's a pretty easy horse. You can ride him forward, you can ride him back. But look, I think it'll be first half a dozen, I would imagine. But I've left that up to Mick.
All the best.
Thank you.
And there he is on screen, Mormona, who's being supported in the market as well, $7.50 to $6.50, and gee, it was a lovely ride when he won here a couple of runs back, and they would have been, Annabelle and the team, delighted with his last run.
I like the way that they've done things with him too. They know that he's run out that strong 2,800. Got bigger fish to fry coming forward, that little bit of a freshen. His run last start at Caulfield was great. It looks pretty spot on. It's a nice map to come into this race for him today.
Well, Charlotte, it's a nice vantage point you have here, the start of this event, far from the clock tower.
Yeah, it's a good spot to start a race from. I've lost Harry Coffey there. I was going to have a little chat with Harry, just see how he thought his chances on this horse at a different track. He's obviously gone very well at Moonee Valley, has a great association with this horse, and was going to see what his thoughts were on the race and how he was going to race it. Obviously, she's got an electric turn of foot at the end, so excited to see how Jenny Vermouth is going to go around. We finally got her back up here now to the barriers. But of the others that I saw cantering around here having a good warm-up was Revelare, who is a real standout. And I mean, he's obviously well respected in the market, and he's very deserving of that purely on looks. He just looks every inch a horse that would relish that 2-mile race in the first Tuesday of November. But he's parading beautifully around here. It's good to see Declan Bates with the ride here. Obviously Ryan Hurdle, who's ridden him before, couldn't make the weight here, and Declan Bates gets that golden ride. So hopefully he can get the golden ticket. He's parading beautifully.
It's good to hear him parading well. Amy, there's only 2 Australian-bred horses in this race. We've got Revelare and Euphoric. That's it.
Go the Aussies, hey? Go the Aussies.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of the horse. I'm a huge fan of Rob Hickmott. So hopefully they can go well.
I'm laughing with Euphoric as well. He hasn't won in a long time. What a race to win as well if you could earn yourself a way into the main event in November as well if it was to be here. But well through loading, here's Matt Hill.
So the Lexus Archer Stakes, its registered name is the famous Hotham Handicap that was run on Derby Day famously and now moved to the middle of September to give the winner every chance to get there on the first Tuesday in November. So the golden ticket up for grabs. This is the 5th golden ticket given out. Now moving into the stalls, Revelare. Jenny Vermoose about to come along. Jabberwocky's about to join them as well. And Sayadati Sadati with Jamie Mellum to complete it. A $300,000 Group 3 race, but so much on the line. Set to go. And they're racing at the 2,500 metres and beginning well. Momona with Bird Dubai, Muktamil, and there's Sayadati Sadati from out wide. At the judge, Sayadati Sadati is going to saunter across and lead from Antrim Coast, Momona, Bird Dubai, and then came Muktamil, a length and a half Revelare, who relaxes the outside of Tara Mansour as they leave the running. Post Impressionist behind them, followed by New Look, and then Jenny Vermoose, Euphoric, and last Jabberwockies. To the riverside, just over 2,000 metres to run, and the leader is Sayadati Sadati by about a length and a quarter to Antrim Coast in second, 2 lengths to Bird Dubai, and 4th is Momona getting a lovely run. A length and a half away Muktamil and Tara Mansour, about 2.5 to Revelare. Then came Post Impressionist, a length and a quarter to New Look, and then Euphoric, Jennifer Moose, and 2 lengths away at the tail of the field as they settle as Jabberwockies. 1,600 metres to go, and from first to last it's about 18 lengths. Sayadati Sadati, the pilot, by 2 lengths. Second is Antrim Coast. Bird Dubai is third. As they head towards the top of the course, it's not a fast tempo at all. They were followed by Momona, a length Tara Mansour, and Muktamil. Then came Revelare, who's just a shade beyond centre field outside of Post Impressionist. A length and a half New Look, and then came Euphoric, Jennifer Moose, and 2 further back at the tail of the field, Jabberwockies. Revelare beat Momona, Sayadati Sadati. They were followed by Jenny Vermoose, Tara Mansour, and Post Impressionist in a line. Bird Dubai next, Muktamil. Jabberwockies, Euphoric, New Look, last Antrim Coasts.
Rob Hickmott, who's inextricably linked to the Lexus Melbourne Cup with so much success with the navy blue and white armbands of the Williams family. He enjoyed great success on this day 10 years ago with the Caulfield Cup winner Faulkner winning a Makybe Diva, striking out in his own right from his Ballarat base. He's got himself a Melbourne Cup runner in 52 days' time, and he and the ownership group can dream every single night about what might be possible for Revelare, who just continues to impress and meet every challenge. 4.73 in the Lexus Archer. Momona loses no admirers off the back of his win in the Dean Lester Flemington Cup 2 back, but Hutch, the story is Revelare, who now gets his chance on Tuesday the 4th of November.
And they can dare to dream, that is for sure, because this horse just keeps on winning. And what a dreamy ride from Declan Bates. Let's hear from him now.
Well, Declan, you've just given an entire stadium at Flemington goosebumps. How did that feel?
I think I gave myself goosebumps there, or he did. He just...
We'll just head back over to the rail. Geez, he's got more to give, hasn't he?
Yeah, he absolutely did. You know, and we thought coming here, up and trip back to Flemington, that we would see an improvement again, and yeah, that was surely the case. Just the way he took me there again. He just travels like a good horse, and I believe he's a very good horse.
He's prepared by a man who's no stranger to Melbourne Cups. How much confidence did he give you?
Yeah, look, you certainly wouldn't be swapping him for anything. As I said, just he's got all the attributes. He's a big, powerful animal. He's tactically versatile, and he's got more improvement to come, I think.
It's just amazing to see a horse of his stature, an Australian-bred horse, into the Melbourne Cup with that golden ticket. Can we make it an Australian Group 1 Melbourne Cup again this year?
We can, we can.
Well, that's all I need to hear from you. Well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was a fantastic performance, wasn't it? What an exciting horse he is as well. And, you know, while they can dare to dream for the first Tuesday in November, now they can hatch a plan. Now it gives them the opportunity to pick the path. This horse, let's hear from Colleen, who bred Revelare.
Oh, Colleen, this is so emotional for you. A horse that you've bred, you've raced, you're going to have a runner in a Melbourne Cup.
You know, I was there when he was born, and I took him to the yearling sales and I sold him. And I quite often would sell horses, and then if I liked the trainer, I'd stay in, and I liked the trainer, so I stayed in him. And here we are, and we're in the Melbourne Cup, 15 years after we won it with America, and it's just with a homebred Australian horse. You know, when I looked through all the horses that are nominated, and he's an Australian bred horse, and I don't know how good he is, but he just keeps getting better.
I can tell you he's pretty good. He's just a winner, isn't he? He just keeps on getting the job done and keeps on getting better.
Yeah, and it's amazing. It's fantastic. He's just such an incredible horse. He just really he gets lifting the bar every time. We're not sure how he's going to run over 2,500, and he cruises to it. How good he is, I don't know, but it's a hell of a journey, so it's fantastic, yeah.
We are so excited for you. Savour this. I can't wait to see him in the Melbourne Cup.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Rob Hickmott picked up honorary life membership to the VRC earlier on this afternoon. He's now picked up a spot in the 2025 Lexus Melbourne Cup with Revelare success in the Archer. This has been a good day to you. This has been a good place to you, but where does this rank in what's happened in your training career so far?
Look, it's terrific, and it's it's all due to Lloyd Williams. I can tell you right now, I'm lucky to have ever met Lloyd and have that experience in the exposure to good horses, Zabeels, importantly, and this horse, my best mate up in Wangaratta, Lincoln Kerr, showed me this horse at the Victorian Premier Sale, and he was working on horses with Daisy Hill, and he said, you better come down and have a look. Lincoln was working for Lloyd at the same time, and we saw 100, 200, 300 Zabeels go through, slow, fast. It didn't matter what they were, but he was all Zabeel, and he's got a nice little so-you-think head on him, but yeah, it's terrific for the ownership group. Jeff Evans over in Perth, he raced the mare, named the mare after his lost wife, named to Reveal the Goddess. So there's a lot of sentimental value in the horse, especially with Colleen and Kevin breeding it, and me mate up at Gisborne, Pete Lord, he's at Macedon watching them take on Riddles Creek today in a grand final up there, so he couldn't come, but hopefully it's going to be a good celebration tonight.
Significant improvement was the term that Amy Argy used from the yard. Was that something you'd seen in the last couple of weeks, and what swayed you to come here instead of Caulfield for the Foundation Cup next week?
Probably is, yeah, from the sixth, we could cop another Group 3 win if he happened to win the Bar Cummings, but the next one's the tricky one. I'm not saying you could win a Caulfield Cup, but if you did and cop 2 kilo penalty, that's something that would have to come into consideration, and I'll have a good chat with everyone and see which way we go after that. He's still got to go to the Bar Cummings and win anyway, but time will tell.
Great things to have to ponder, Rob. Everyone's so happy for you, and everybody associated to the Revelare story, may it continue to roll.
Yeah, look, it's terrific, Nige, and you've been a great supporter of him, and, Ryan at home, buddy, it's probably a bit of a kick in the guts, mate, but it's not a kick in the guts for him. He's done a lot of work and educated this horse towards where he is today, and, he's a huge part of the story, and he's going to be here through us. He's going to still ride him work and gallops, and along with the young boy Niaz that does most of his slow work and gallop work as well. But yeah, look, I feel for Ryan, but we're all in a position that we can't be 51 kilo jockeys, and but he's still a part of the team, and he's got his head flying high.
Perfect note to drop it on. Well done.
Thanks, buddy.
Terrific words there from Rob Hickmott.
The Makybe Diva Stakes. You beauty. 6 of the best. It's Via Sistina, the big mighty mare. She leads the way, and she's heavily backed with Sportsbet. She's dominating turnover, to be honest. Mr. Brightside, well, Via's drawn an inside barrier. Brightside will lead, so we're thinking she's going to be box seatish. Brightside will dictate turns and kick hard. He's 480, and he's got his supporters too to cause the upset. The hole in the market's Aliena. Now, she's 390 out to 480, now 650. She's going to get back and have the last crack at him. Does she have to turn a foot second up? Market says no. 750 Antino. Will he roll forward and sit outside of Mr. Brightside? Watch that, Blake.
This mounting yard is brought to you by Whirlpool. Available on races 6 to 8 today at Flemington.
The one we've been waiting for, first run 1948. It's been the Makybe Diva Stakes since 2007. Previously, the Craigley at Group 1 level since 2013. And how good it's been to have the mighty mare, the three-time Melbourne Cup winner, Makybe Diva, on hand for the race named in her honour. It's the Crown Makybe Diva Stakes over 1,600 metres at weight for age level, 1,600 metres the trip, and a field of 6 assembled, and what a 6 they are. Mr. Brightside trying to become the first horse in the history of this race to win it on 3 occasions.
19 career wins, $17+ million in stake money. He's been a remarkable story, and his first up run was terrific in the Memsie. And the advantage he's got here, he might be dictating the pace.
Well, he looks fantastic, as you'd expect. He's taken that next natural step from Caulfield. I feel like his coat's brightened up a heap in between the 2 runs. He really is peaking for today.
And a shot at history for Craig Williams. A 6th victory in this race would draw him alongside the great Roy Higgins. 2 is Tom Kitten, scratch from the Memsie, the All-Star Mile winner here back during the Festival of Racing. The most recent winner of this to be first up for 90+ days was Faulkner 10 years ago.
He was unlucky in the futurity fresh up last prep against these rivals. He came and put that to rest in the All-Star Mile. So he's got a great record here. I think he can run well fresh. He doesn't have the race fitness that a few of them have, and hopefully he jumps on terms, but he does have a powerful finish, and his best is good enough.
He looks fantastic, and I do feel like he's not parading quite as fresh as what he did so on that occasion too. His condition was perfect. It's unfortunate he didn't get to run, but he looks here in fantastic shape again.
Ben Mallam winning this race 11 years ago on Dissident. 3 is Antino, luckless in the Tontone, and this day 2 years ago, 3rd last year off a 4th in the Memsie. He was 5th in that race this year.
Yeah, look, I thought his first up run was a pass mark, nothing more, but Blake Shin just dipped his toe in the water with regard to tactics, trying to do something similar to what we saw him do in the 2-rack, and it probably didn't work out. Second up, this horse has a fantastic record. I'm not sure where he'll land in the race, but we know his Queensland form over the carnival was fantastic. He'll be stepping towards a Cox Plate, and he's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
I've always been a huge fan of this horse. He's such a good-looking individual and such a powerful mover. He looks like, to me, he has tightened up a little bit with that run too, as you would naturally expect. This has been a long-term target for him, and he's primed for it.
For his Mark Twain, good to see him back at the races 7 days after he dumped Jamie Mott and completed a couple of laps of the Moonee Valley circuit. Riderless, he was subsequently scratched from the So You Think Stakes. OTI won this race with I'm Thunderstruck back in 2022. Of course, Mark Twain found his way into Melbourne Cup qualification for a win in the Roy Higgins here 18 months ago.
Yeah, back in 2024 in March of that year. So this is just the run that they missed. He's the one in the field that can't win it, one would imagine.
Well, doing the work around Moonee Valley has probably done him no harm. He does look like a little bit tighter in condition to what he did in the mounting yard that day. Hopefully he can have a nice, safe passage for something else.
Chris Waller's pair of mighty mares complete our Crown Makybe Diva Stakes field. 5 is Via Sistina, 5th last year, beaten 6.5 lengths as a $2.60 favourite on a heavy surface. She's won all 7 Group 1 starts since, and she bids to become the first mare to win the Makybe Diva since it grabbed Group 1 status. She claimed the Winks Fresh.
Best horse in Australia at the moment, no question about that. And her return win first up was just simply sublime, and second up, there's no reason to think that she won't produce a similar sort of performance on top of the ground today. You've got the right stable, the right rider, and she's got the right engine to do it again.
Well, she looks absolutely outstanding. I couldn't wait to see her today. Her coat is fully through. She's always been a beautiful, powerful, moving mare, and she's just so supple. She's taking it all in beautifully. She's got the most happy and engaged look on her face. It's a 10 out of 10 parade for me.
A dominant winner of the Carbine Club on Derby Day last year at her only visit to headquarters of the 6. Aliana returns as now a Group 1 winner in an ATC Derby. She returned in fine style to be the runner-up to the stablemate Via Sistina and the Winks. Damien Lane was aboard for the victory in the Derby at his only ride on Aliana. He previously won this race with Humidor 8 years ago.
He lose nothing with D Lane on board this time around, and she'll be suited up in trip and coming to the big track as well. Aliana, I liked her running the wings. I mean, she tracked VRC the whole way. She did not lie down. She wasn't beating a big margin. And if in the race that might be loaded with tactics, if they can get it right, it would not be a surprise if she came out on top.
She's got a beautiful nature, this girl. She's conserving her energy so well, not letting the occasion get to her one bit. I would say out of all of the horses in this yard, her coat's probably still just the most wintry out of the lot, but you can't take too much notice out of that. She was so good first up. She's not far away.
Some history to overcome and create for Chris Waller's mares. 19 have tried, 3 have placed. None have won since this race became a Group 1 back in 2013. The last 3 winners out of the Memsey, 6 of the last 9. That has been their pathway. Mr. Brightside has his shot at a hat-trick of Makybe Diva Stakes wins, but very hard to get past Australia's best horse.
Exactly. She tips herself, doesn't she? And it's just great to see her. It's great to see her here and J-Mac riding here today. I'm sure there's plenty of people on course to witness that, and what a clash it could be with the stablemate Aliana, who's that next generation coming through. Mr. Brightside, well, he'd be a very popular victor, wouldn't he, if he could manage to hold on today. And Antino's another one more than capable on his day. 5, 6, 1 and 3. I'm with VRC.
Well, there's no prizes for finding her, but she stood out in the mounting yard via Sistina all the way for me. She looks absolutely incredible. It's a credit to the whole team that works with her on a day-to-day basis. Could not look any better. Mr. Brightside, my heart wants him to win. Everyone does. He looks better than what he did when he ran recently. He's really come on for the run. I think he's here peaking for today. It's a very small field, great race. Via for me.
And a really nice touch, wasn't it, in the pre-parade here to have Makybe Diva walking around. She looks absolutely unbelievable, I can tell you, for her age as well. Just shows you the care that she's coming under, and there's all smiles for Chris Waller and J-Mac pre-race. Let's hope that is the case post-race as well, but obviously their main target, this preparation, will be the Cox Plate, but a lot of these are going that way, and it's just fantastic. Nice to see them line up against each other at an early stage, and it won't be the first time they'll be clashing this time in.
And we didn't think we'd have VRC here, Hutch. Of course, a lot's unfolded in the previous week and a half. Yulong announced that Treasure of the Moment and VRC would go down different paths towards their meeting this spring in a Cox Plate. Treasure of the Moment's mild bout of colic earlier on in the week triggered VRC to pivot and now come to this race second up. And she's likely to go beyond this and then, of course, head to the Turnbull, the race she won last year before, trying to defend her Cox Plate title. And at the moment, we're hopeful we'll make a speedy recovery. The news at the moment out of Mornington is that is the case, and we're hopefully going to see her back at the track after her withering performance in the Memsey very soon.
Yeah, there's a couple of missing pieces in that jigsaw puzzle, and she's a big one, isn't she? So fingers crossed that she bounces back, and Matt Laurie and his team, who've done a fantastic job and enjoyed success earlier today, can get Treasure of the Moment back as well. Obviously, the key trainer with regard to chances in this race will be Chris Waller, who's got VRC and Aliana, and Amy's about to chat with Chris.
Chris, thank you for your time. I know these are exciting and nervous moments for everyone. VRC, wowee, what a parade from her.
Yeah, she looks well. Her coach comes through nicely, and yeah, she's handling the occasion well. She's been to these types of races before. Intriguing race with just such a small field. We've been thinking about it all week, and we haven't come up with a conclusion of how the race will be run, but we've got a great jockey aboard in James McDonald, and as we have with Aliana, we've got a great jockey in Damien Lane. So that makes the trainer or the coach feel pretty easy when your players are in form and some of the best in the world.
Have you just left them both with an open book then?
Yep, exactly that. They'll know after they go 100 metres how things unfold, and yeah, they'll just work it out, and it'll be as simple as that.
You're in a very privileged position to have two such beautiful mares, but obviously with a horse like Via in particular, does she make you nervous?
First up, I was nervous. I think it was more the start of the season. Your first game of the season, you're a bit nervous. The first Group 1, I was, but I'm not today. So it's not her grand final today. I'm prepared if she wins, I'm prepared if she loses, but she's building towards something big, I can assure you of that.
Thanks for your time, Chris. We wish you well.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Ben Hayes joins us from his lucky spot here on our broadcast deck at Flemington, overlooking the mounting yard, as Mr. Brightside has his date with history as he tries to become the first horse to win 3 straight Makybe Diva Stakes. We're in the right spot for it. He looks 8 years young.
He does. I'm absolutely thrilled with the way he paraded today. His coat's improved. He looks a lot healthier. His work into it's been bright. Really respect the whole field. It's going to be very tactical. It's going to be a very interesting race, and we're really looking forward to it.
Talk to that with Willow from one. He's a man with a plan, several of them, but it'll be a similar case with Blake Shin and Antino and the other runners for that matter.
Yeah, well, we've got the slight advantage of where they're going to have to make the decisions. We've drawn the inside draw, so if we jump well, we look the natural leader, so they're going to have to make those big moves, and then Craig's going to have to adapt. But, you know, Craig's got to ride him. Got to ride him to the best way to win the race, and it's going to be a great watch. No one knows what's going to happen.
Did you think the Memsey performance was as good as he's run in that race previously?
I do. He's performed just like he has. We always go into the race with improvement, and that's why his second up record's so good. So I think a lot of them have great second up records. It's a great race, but he's a champion for a reason. There's other champions in the race, but may the best horse win.
You're chasing win 3 on the day. He's chasing win 3 in this race. May it all come together magically. Good luck.
Let's hope so. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, it's a fascinating race when you boil it down to tactics, what these jockeys are going to do. Well, it's Via Sistina that's going to lead the way. She's popular by way of bet count and turnover. She's the superstar. She's $1.80. Do you want that? Well, punters are suggesting that bright side is the value, $5.55 and $4.80 now. Hello, $3.90 out to $5.50, back into $4.80. Aliana. Now he's rock solid. Antino, Tom Kitten, nothing happening right there. Mark Twain back out to his opening quote. So the tactics are bright side to roll forward and lead. Who's going to take it up? Is it Antino or Via Sistina? All right, what's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the 1-800 number or visit the website.
Thanks for your time, Tony. Your horse presented beautifully today. You happy with how he is coming into this?
Yeah, I am. I'm really happy with him. He's nice and sharp at home coming into this run today. I thought he paraded better today than what we saw at Caulfield. The weather is a bit kinder today for him, but definitely looks better today.
How's his work been between runs?
Yeah, really good. He's still nice and sharp, so hopefully we'll see that sharpness today here. He really feels like he's ready for the mile. We know how he improves from his first up run to his second run, particularly at weight for age, so I think we'll see a much better performance.
We all know these small fields can be particularly tactical. We've heard from Chris Waller, who's just given his jockeys an open book. What were the discussions with Blake pre-race?
Yeah, pretty well the same, to be honest. He knows the horse well. He knows where he's at now and where he's at for later in the prep, but he feels nice and sharp, and if it comes down to a sprint, we're not too worried.
We wish you well. Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll park the North Melbourne chat and focus on matters at hand as Sam Freedman joins us. Tom Kitten makes his spring return in the Makybe Diva. Ben Melham spoke to us a little bit earlier on the broadcast and explained what had happened in the Memsey. He's clearly taken no ill effects, but how does he present fitness-wise compared to 2 weeks ago?
Well, look, I mean, he's forward, Nigel. He's, he's had the tick-over trial, which also didn't quite go to plan. So he had a 4 or 5 day stint that got the heart rate up a touch, but since then he's had a really smooth campaign. He had a good gallop on Monday, which was a nice piece of work, and he presents really fresh, but he looks fit and forward, and I don't expect it to be fitness, but again, you're waiting for race day to see how they equip themselves.
What have you made of him for the entirety of his time in your care and what you've been able to learn about him?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's been pretty straightforward up until, honestly, race day. Like, he's had no quirks at all. He's been big, powerful horse, gallops well, and been straightforward on the ground. So he's just got his little quirks. I mean, he's so big, you can see why he's a bit claustrophobic in the gates. So, fingers crossed today goes to plan. And it's a first up run for him. The others are all into their prep, but wouldn't shock if he's right there.
Good luck, Sam.
Cheers.
Yeah, well, the atmosphere is building behind here as well. You can really tell it's Group 1 now, Group 1 time, as they're starting to load into the barriers. I think it's time to grab the popcorn. If you don't find this exciting, I don't think you've got a pulse. We're going to head up to Matt Hill now for the call of the Makybe Diva Stakes.
It's an exciting time, Charlotte, isn't it? It's exciting and nerve-wracking all at once here. Plenty of anticipation before the running of the Crown Makybe Diva Stakes. The small field making it oh so intriguing. Antino second up goes in, Blake Shin. Aliana in the Star Thoroughbred Purple joins them. And Tom Kitten, the All-Star Mile winner this course and trip, is going to complete the line riderless. $1.70 Via Sistina, the 10-time Group 1 winner, is the favourites. As Tom Kitten has gone up riderless. Jockey Ben Melham
climbs aboard.
You ready to go here, guys?
And the field just about ready. Stand by for a start. They stand racing in the Makybe Diva Stakes, and Mr. Brightside jumped beautifully straight to the lead as we expected he would, and it's not fast. Via Sistina second, Mark Twain third the inside early. It's a dawdle the first 200, and Tino the outside of Aliana. Brightside, second Aliana, third Via Sistina, fourth Antino, Mark Twain, Tom Kitten at the back.
Well, styles make fights, and he is the ultimate fighter. Mr. B is Mr. Marvellous. He becomes the first three-time winner of the Makybe Diva Stakes. He's 10th Group 1. This ownership group who've been on an odyssey across the last 5 seasons, and it continues as Craig Williams, who's been the other star performer in this dynamic duo, joins the great Roy Higgins as the only other jockey to win this race 6 times. 1, 6, 5, 3. A lot to unpack, but Craig Williams controls things every inch of the 1,600 metres to make history, Hutch.
What a horse, what a performance. Put the riding on the roll, that great return run, and a beautifully rated ride by Craig Williams. He controlled the speed, and when he said go boy, well, he left them in his wake. Brightside too strong, too good for them here today. He had conditions as far as tempo to suit, but it was a professional performance, a dominant win, and Charlotte is about to catch up with Craig.
Oh, crikey. Wow, Craig. I'm lost for words. I know you won't be. Maybe you are this time. Maybe you're lost for words. That is 3 Makybes in a row. This is some horse. You're some rider. What a combination.
Look, I'm again very blessed and privileged to be partnered up with this horse and being part of his development, which gives me so much great pride. The Hayes boys rode for their father, their uncle, their grandfather, and wow, what they're doing with these equine stars is amazing. And again, with myself, my team around me, I can't do it without them, so it's very, very special. But this horse, he just carries just so many racing fans and people. You know, if you love the song, you got him as well, and he's just really captivated people in Australia. And again, we say he's the best or one of the best milers in Australia on his day. He's the best on his day and one of the best when he's not, and he's just a marvel. And that's 3 Makybe Divas, and when I walked up with my wife today, Lacey, I said, we've got the Makybe Diva statue now. Hopefully if he wins 3, then maybe they'll give him his own bronze statue as well.
Now I saw you look up to the sky and fist pump. I think this one's a little bit more special than normal.
I think after my experiences and what we do in Ukraine, it just makes me more grateful. The things that I take for granted every day, to be lucky enough to partner up with a horse like him, put on a show like we do, and people come out and support our amazing industry. But again, it's quite unique. We can only do it with the horses we have, and again, the team I have around me. And you know, this is what I dreamt of when I was a kid and wrote stories about when I was at school, and this is what every rider in the jockey's room works hard for, like continues to keep working hard for, to be winning Group 1s, and especially these feature races like the Makybe Diva Stakes.
Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to have a little canter back in, and we're going to start belting those lyrics out to what should be #1 on Spotify now, Mr. Brightside. Well done, Craig.
Let's go.
Congratulations, Ross. You are the track rider of Mr. Brightside. What an absolute champion he is.
Oh yeah, he's an absolute superstar. Just keeps on turning up every time and trying his best. People doubt him, and he keeps on coming back and proving how good he still is.
We were just chatting off camera then. He's nothing special to look at, but wow, what a heart this horse has.
No, it's definitely nothing special to look at, but when it comes to race day, he wears his heart on his sleeve and gives everything every time. So yeah, just an absolute superstar.
He wouldn't be who he is without you either. You've done a wonderful job with him for 4 or 5 years. I'm the lucky one who gets to sit him every day, but there's a big team of people behind, not just this horse, but every horse in Lindsay Park. So yeah, just the fortunate one that gets to sit on him. Go clap your horse in, mate. He's amazing.
Cheers, thank you.
For the 3rd straight Makybe Diva Stakes, we chat to Ben Hayes, Mr. Brightside, returning with Craig Williams. Ben, as soon as we gets here, we'll turn around and drink it all in. But have you ever had a race turn out better?
It worked out beautifully. It's 10 out of 10 ride. Tactically, he got an easy time early, and because he got such an easy time, they can't catch it champion like him, and to win 3 Makybe Divas is just special, and make it 10 Group 1s, and he's an amazing horse, and we're so lucky to have him.
He sprung from the gates like a 2-year-old doing a jump out.
Well, we thought he'd really gone the right way. I thought today he paraded beautifully. It was typical Mr. B, and his coat's come on. Good thing is he's still got improvement to come, and we're going to have fun placing him the next couple starts. So proud of him, and for him to come back and just win and show how good he is just really makes us proud. And Will JD is the most special horse we ever had, and well done to the whole team. It's a whole team effort, and if we you know, we're just the front men, and it's everyone behind Ross, Will, everyone. I won't start naming names, but so proud of everyone.
The conversation we've had, and he's now a 10-time Group 1 winner with the All-Star Mile sitting next to it, which effectively makes it 11. But to look at him and think, this time 4 years ago, he's at Ballarat and then winning a Seymour Cup. For what he's blossomed into, it must be well beyond your wildest dreams of what he could have done potentially.
Oh, 100%, and a lot of those, I think he's placed in 12 Group 1s as well. He's won 10 and placed in 12, and won multiple Group 2s. So he's absolute champion. No one can deny that now, and maybe they might start respecting him and tipping him.
Naming races after him. You mentioned programming, so there's a bit on the table. Is there a line through a Cox Plate for him this spring, or do you still want to at least consider it as an option, or is he just going to simply be looking for the best possible options at 1600 given how good he is?
Look, he's so good over a mile. It is, obviously, his mile record's amazing. We have to talk about it. He is still in the noms, so it's definitely an option, but we just keep options open. We've got to talk to my brothers and Will and JD, and we'll do what we believe is best to get the best result for him.
Worry about that later. Go and celebrate a 3rd straight Makybe Diva Stakes. Magnificent job.
No, bloody exciting.
Yeah, what a horse.
Well, congratulations to Lindsay Park, congratulations to Mr. Brightside, and congratulations to Craig Williams. He was basically the only jockey that showed initiative in this race. It looked that way on paper, but the time they've run, Simon, 1:38.75, about 3.5 seconds slower than standard time for 1600-metre races on a good track at Flemington. That shows you how slow they went.
You just summed it up perfectly. When you go that slow and you're on a champion miler like him, you're just not going to out-sprint him. It's as simple as that. What we didn't predict was Mark Twain, the stayer, to be outside lead early doors, because they went that slow the first 2 furlongs.
Well, none of the other jockeys wanted to get into the race.
No, James McDonald, he did the right thing on Via. He jumped off in behind Mr. Brightside, then popped off the fence to give himself room to then wind up, but probably should have got on his bike. Aliana just rides the paint left hand, and Blake Shin, should he have got on his bike a little bit earlier? Because when you watch the sectionals, the breakdown, mid-race, you just knew that Mr. Brightside was going to scream home his last 600.
To be fair, on a short price favourite, James McDonald's popped outside the leader early and then handed up to Mark Twain in the first 100 metres. Then they've crawled, so they've all basically set off Mr. Brightside, and he's been way too good. In the end, you can't leave him alone out in front and go that slow.
And you know what? When you're Craig Williams, credence to you. The balaclava came off at the clock tower 180 metres out. He knew he had him. It was just terrific. They just gave it up to him. And when it's a sit and sprint and you're riding against champions, that's exactly what can happen.
We've got time from our contribution. There's still plenty more action from WA to come. And you know what we've got next week?
Tell me.
The Group 1 Underwood Stakes.
Wow.
Racing in the Underwoods.
From the race's inception in 1924, Hall of Famers are pivotal in Underwood Stakes history, with Heroic, Farlap, Hallmark and Ajax, all winners in the first 20 years. Modern gallopers have produced performances to match any era. Bone Crushers date with equine immortality came via the Underwood.
Bone Crusher the leader, at Telek challenging the inside, but Bone Crusher will win.
Or this 3-year-old stretch of Underwood Caulfield Cup excellence. Northerly.
Magical Miss tries to level. Northerly sticks his head out and he wins.
Mummify.
Mummify ain't seen nothing. Grey Song, they're coming to the line. Mummify.
And Elstrom.
Elstrom fights back. He's hit the front again. Elstrom draws away and Elstrom beats his Archer length and a quarter.
So You Think trounced his opposition in 2010.
So you think controlling it, racing clear. So you think drew away, and he won.
Blackheart Bart at 100 to 1 came off the canvas to collect a second Underwood.
Previous winners fight it out. Blackheart Bart turns back the clock. What a marvel! Blackheart Bart has won at 100 to 1.
The longest priced winner in the race's rich history. And fan favourite Alligator Blood went back to back.
Alligator Blood from Zaki. I'm thunderstruck. Alligator Blood. The Gator's going to do it today. But it's Alligator Blood clear. Looking to go back to back. His mighty heart gets him there. Alligator Blood's won it.
Damien Oliver celebrating a fairy tale final Group 1. With a brilliant support card boosted by the Group 1 Sir Rupert Clark Stakes moving back to September, this is a date to remember.